Hey guys, today is June 1st, 2020, the first day that Universal opens their theme park gates. I was gonna say to the public, but well, I mean, we're part of the public. Today's team member preview day, and it really is the first day that the theme parks are open back up, and I'm just really excited to get back in there.
It's where we met.
It is where we met. So yeah, we're gonna take you along on our first day back, see how everything's changed. I'm gonna show you how the new virtual line systems are working, and we'll see how everything is after 2 months. These signs are all over the parks, all over City Walk, telling you exactly what you need, exactly what to do, exactly how it's gonna be, so that when you're walking in, you're not confused. They let you know that it is gonna be different. Looks like Fred has a mask on. Complying with CDC guidelines, I'm glad. It's empty.
This is so weird.
There's barely anybody here. This is strange. This is definitely strange. So, we made our way over to the Wizarding World, and after getting off a few rides, I can say Universal's gonna be very different. For a very long time, you're not gonna see the crowd levels that you've been seeing for years now. I mean, there's barely, I would be surprised if there's over 1,000 people between two parks.
Yeah, it's dead. Like, I've never seen Harry Potter area like so dead. Like, just walking through and there's no crowd. It's crazy.
And I really did think that we were gonna have to use the virtual line a lot more, but going up to the rides, everything is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. The longest line in the park is Hagrid's over at Islands, and it's a 45-minute wait right now, as opposed to pre-pandemic, a constant 3-hour wait. These signs are all over the park. Every queue, every walkway, they're all over the place. So we just got off of Gringotts, exiting Wizarding World now, and I have one thing to say about it. Masks plus 3D glasses, no buenos.
Masks plus any glasses.
That is very true. The first thing I noticed when I put my glasses on was, as soon as I took a breath, the glasses just fogged right up. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but there's gotta be an alternative. Like,
I don't know. Probably not, because they're making people with eye-seeing glasses have to wear masks.
with the mask all the way up, you can't enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
You can't see the 3D effects.
I don't know how long the whole mask thing will even last, though.
That is
That's the
true.
thing. Like, is this just gonna be for a few more months and then like everything's back to normal, or is this gonna be like permanent for like the next 3 years?
Maybe. But just a warning, maybe keep away from the 3D rides. I would say if they're a really long wait, I'd say skip them. Like I said earlier, the social distancing lines are all over. All the queues, all the walkways. And curiously, they're not doing a lot of the pre-shows. We saw a pre-show for Minion Mayhem, but other than that, we haven't seen any more pre-shows. Doc's on the train. Doesn't usually come out. That's awesome.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Hello.
Hello. Are we enjoying ourselves?
Yes, it's nice to be back.
Good. What have we been to?
Well, we went around that side of the park, so we've been on almost everything on that side.
All right. Are you going over to Iowa next?
Yeah, we are.
Excellent. All right. Well, you guys have a little time and enjoy your journey.
All right, you too.
See you in the future.
See you. That was awesome. I've never met Doc before. I think the most interesting part of today is just how much cleaner it's all gonna
Yeah. Like, before you get on that, every ride they give you hand sanitizer,
feel. Yep.
and then like I just see team members all over the place just wiping everything down, just like the randomest stuff.
Also, interestingly, over at a Rip Ride, they were only letting one group into the lockers at a time. So, yeah. Let's go see what's changed over at IOA. So, it seems this side is pretty dead too. There's no line for anything. Can't really see the wait time for Hagrid's, but last I checked on the app, it still was about 45 minutes. Oh, Molly's telling me it's 50 minutes now. It's crazy. It's crazy. Going from a constant like 2 to 3 hour wait to this, wow. This bridge is never this empty. But aside from that, I also wanted to show off that you can see the progress of Velocicoaster. That's awesome. I cannot wait for that to open. I'm such a big Jurassic Park nerd. So even though Jurassic Park is filled with these construction walls, it's really nice to see the progress of Velocicoaster. I'm just really excited for it. I love roller coasters. I love Jurassic Park. Every single ride that we've been on today has been walk-on, except for one. And I bet you'll never guess which one it is. It doesn't happen often, but Pteranodon Flyers is open to everyone right now. Usually, you need to have a kid with you, and I don't really bring kids to Universal, so I've never been on it. I'm really excited because everything else has been walk-on, but when we got into this line, it said 55 minutes. Let's hope it's good. You actually get a really good view of all of like Camp Jurassic. This is really cool. Wow. You can see all of Velocicoaster. Oh my god. After only a 30-minute wait, I've got to say, Pteranodon Flyers, it's pretty high up there in the air and on my list. So we're currently walking through the Hagrid's line. There's definitely one for the books because I don't think I've ever walked all the way to Hagrid's hut. Even past the pre-show. Wow. It's so cool to see this queue just devoid of life, like empty. This is insane. This is the entirety of the queue for Hagrid's. The ride is right there. And as we walk into Superhero Island, there's also nobody. These team member previews are good for one thing, and it's seeing the park without anybody in it. Because we have been able to walk onto literally every ride, minus Pteranodon Flyers. And it's been nice. We just got off of Folk, and after 3 months of not doing roller coasters that I've gotten used to doing at least like once a week or once every 2 weeks, it takes a toll on your body. It's definitely gonna take a little bit of getting used to, but I still love them. I'm so glad that I get to come back to one of the happiest places in the world and one of my favorite places in the world.
And this is where we met.
It is where we met. We met.
This is our first time
met right
coming
there.
here. This is our first time coming here, like while we're dating. So I'm really excited. We actually met at the Hulk roller coaster. So that was the last ride we did. And it's just like, it gives me all the feels because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is where we met. Like, look at us now.
Now that we leave the parks and we enter City Walk as it gets ready to open up for the day, I gotta say, I'm just really excited to be able to come back. There are some negatives, the masks being a big one. Obviously, it's a given that they're gonna be necessary for the time being, but just being able to like walk the streets of Universal or just go around the different islands over at IOA, like it feels so good after such a long time of like sadness in the world. It feels really good to come back and to like just distract yourself.
It feels weird though, like it was so dead inside that it felt like we weren't supposed to be there.
That is true.
I felt like we were at like an after hours event.
It did feel that way.
It was just kind of eerie, but like also super cool. Like I felt like VIP almost.
Yeah. I'll be coming back in the next couple of days to see how annual pass previews and how when it opens up to the public, how that's going to be. But we'll also be going around to the different theme parks around Central Florida, checking those out on opening days. So stay tuned.